thought for a couple of seconds. You wake up with good intentions. You tell yourself today will be different. Today you'll be focused. Today you'll be disciplined. But then the morning slips. You reach for your phone. Just for a minute. Just to check. Just to breathe. And somehow that minute becomes a pattern. A delay. A soft little surrender you barely notice. You still carry the vision of who you want to be. The stronger version. The calmer version. The one who finishes what he starts. But your days keep getting stolen in pieces. Not all at once. Just enough to leave you disappointed at night. You say you'll start after this. After work. After the weekend. After you feel ready. And after becomes your routine. That's the part nobody talks about. It's not one big failure. It's the slow pain of watching yourself almost become someone. Almost consistent. Almost focused. Almost in control. You're not lazy. That's not the truth. Lazy people don't feel this frustrated. They don't lie awake thinking about the life they could build. They don't feel that quiet regret when another day ends exactly the same way. You care. You want more. There is something in you that could go much further than this. But comfort is clever. It doesn't destroy you loudly. It speaks gently. It tells you to rest a little longer. Wait a little more. Start tomorrow. Be patient. Don't be too hard on yourself. And before you realize it, your life is being shaped by what's easy, not by what matters. Distraction does the same thing. It doesn't need to ruin your future. It only needs to keep you entertained long enough to forget your power, long enough to break your word to yourself, again, and again, and again. That's why this hurts so much. Because the real wound is not the missed workout, or the unfinished work, or the broken routine. It's the growing distance between who you are and who you know you could be. But here's the truth. You will not always feel motivated. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel inspired. And the people who change their lives are not the ones who wait for those feelings. They are the ones who decide who they are and then move like that person, even when it's boring, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody's watching. And this is where everything changes. Discipline is not punishment. It is not suffering for the sake of suffering. It is self-respect in action. It is keeping the promise you made in private. It is choosing what matters over what whispers. It is taking your mind back from comfort, your time back from distraction, your future back from delay. Because every time you act with discipline, you send yourself a message. I can trust myself. I am not controlled by mood. I do not need permission from comfort. I do not belong to tomorrow. That is power. Real power. Not the loud kind. The quiet kind. The kind that changes a life from the inside out. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from impulse. Freedom from excuses. Freedom from becoming someone you don't respect. The world will tell you freedom is doing whatever you feel, but that kind of freedom becomes a trap. Because when you obey every feeling, you lose control. And when you lose control, you lose yourself. Real freedom is different. It is being able to look at distraction and say, no. To look at comfort and walk past it. To look at your old patterns and refuse to live there anymore. That kind of discipline does not make you smaller. It makes you dangerous, calm, clear, unshakable. So maybe the question is not whether you can stay motivated every day. Maybe the question is, who are you when motivation leaves? Who are you when the mood is gone? Who are you when nobody claps for the effort? Because that version of you, the one built in silence, the one forged in ordinary moments, the one that stops waiting to feel ready, that version changes everything. So tonight, when your excuses start sounding reasonable, when tomorrow starts calling your name again, when comfort asks for one more day, what will you listen to?